Hey, what's up, guys? No Time Came here with another movie review. This one here is for When Evil Lurks. Yes, I just came back from this movie, and holy cow. Uh, it takes a little bit, it's going to take a little more time to process everything that happens and trying to figure out, like, the deeper meanings and stuff like that throughout the movie. But from everything that I saw, holy cow, loved it. I loved every second of it. Um, great horror movie. Perfect for the time of October. Came out the same time as the new Exorcist movie. Uh, I'll probably see that one. I don't really look forward to it. Not a big fan of the whole Exorcist things, but I'll do it just for purposes. And it's sad that this movie came out the same time as that. I think more people are probably going to go see that one instead of this one, especially before going into this movie. Know that this is a Argentinian film, so it is in Spanish, which is fine, but it also has subtitles so everybody can read it. But so if subtitles aren't your thing, you can't really get into subtitles. There's no dubbed version. It's in its native language in Spanish, Argentinian film. So if that's not your cup of tea, if you don't like subtitles and stuff like that, you're not gonna want to go see this one. It is going to come out on Shutter as well. So if you have Shutter, I don't know two people that have that program, but that's a streaming service that does a lot of horror movies, stuff like that. So if you do have Shutter, this is coming out, I think, at the end of the month, perhaps. But I always like the fact that if it's a foreign film and it's got subtitles, whatever, if they bring that movie to the United States, in theaters at least, that's usually a pretty good sign that it's a pretty decent movie. So that's we'll just talk about that in the beginning, get that out of the way. So let's just talk about everything that this movie is about. Essentially, this is they call them the Rotten, which is another word for possessed by not so much the devil, but just evil and everything evil about it. So it's one of those movies, and it has its own set of rules. They kind of talk about the rules in the beginning of the movie, just rules that have to do with what the possessions are, stuff like that. It kind of goes through that in the beginning, but then near the middle part, they do an even deeper explanation into there's like a set of like 7 rules, I believe, when dealing with these people that are possessed, essentially. As you can see in the bottom, that's one of them right there. But like I said, it's got its own set of rules. It does go over the rules. So when you go in, like when you're watching it, you don't really know what's going on. I mean, it gets right into the brutality of this movie, but you don't really know what's going on. It's a slow burn. There's no payoff at the end. It's just slow explaining everything that's happening, stuff like that. Like I said, it takes a little bit to go through all the rules and things like that. But that being said, this movie is extremely brutal. Okay, it's not rated actually, but that being said, this is definitely a brutal movie. I mean, it is. Yeah, it's on the almost along the lines of Terrifier. So if you've seen the Terrifier movies, which I love, it's kind of on along the brutality of that. And what I like about this one is no one is safe. It does not matter. Animals, kids, it does not matter. And there is harm to kids in this movie, so bear that in mind. There is harm to animals, so if you don't like any of that stuff, don't see this one because there is definitely harm to animals and to little kids as well. Like I said, no one is safe. So if you don't like any of that stuff, if you don't like watching animals get hurt and killed, definitely don't go see this one because this one does not hold back. No, like I said, nobody is safe. If you like brutal films that just it's got a good undertone, good meaning essentially once everything comes together sort of near the end. But like I said, it's very, very brutal. So bear that in mind. So if you don't like harm to animals, don't watch animals getting killed, don't go see this one. You're not gonna like it. If you don't like harm to children, you're not gonna like this one too. I was like surprised. I was like, oh my god, they're really showing. Oh yeah, they're definitely showing that. But that's what I love. That's what made this movie for me, was just the brutality of it, and no one's safe. That's just something I like. I like that. It's not a storybook happy ending by any means, a Hollywood happy ending. It kind of ends and you're like, oh god, you know what I mean? You just get one of those feelings of like, wow, what the heck? So bear that in mind. But like I said, I really, really, really did like this movie. You need to go out and see it. Like I said, if none of those other things that I mentioned earlier bother you, please, please go check this movie out. I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed. If you like horror movies and you like brutality, maybe even go see it next week. Next week is Friday the 13th, so maybe even go see it out in theaters then. But like I said, it is definitely worth a watch. If you have the streaming service Shudder, go check it out when it comes out. I think they said near the end of the month, I think, when it's coming out on Shudder. But please go out in theaters, check it out. Like I said, it's in Spanish. Don't forget about that. It has subtitles. But other than that, holy cow, it is one heck of a ride, and it is brutal. So just be prepared for that. But I highly do recommend this one. I'm definitely going to give this one, to me, I loved it. I'm definitely going to give it 9. 9 for me. Maybe just the pacing was a little slow for me to drop it just a little bit, but overall this is definitely a 9 for me. I really, really enjoyed it. So please go check it out. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe down below. If you've seen the movie, let me know what you think. Till then, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a good one. Thank you for watching.